Today's story is about Jesus and about how Jesus was a healer, which means that he made people better. Remember, Jesus is a part of God, so God and God's love was put into Jesus, and he came down to earth as a baby to live on the earth and do amazing things. And some of those amazing things that God's superpower did through Jesus made people better. It healed people. Let's think about some of the times that Jesus healed people. I wonder if you remember a story about a little girl who was really, really poorly, so sick that she actually died. But Jesus visited her in her home and brought her back to life again. Wow, that's amazing. God's superpower did an amazing miracle then. Then there was another time when Jesus was busy in a home. People were being brought to him, coming to visit him, because they knew that he could heal them. And this day, Jesus is in this place, healing people, when along came some men carrying their friend who couldn't walk. And they carried him all the way to this house where Jesus was. And they made a hole in the roof. And then they lowered the friend all the way down to Jesus' feet. And Jesus, with God's superpower, made the lame man walk. He jumped up and he could walk and he could skip and he could dance and he could run everywhere. My goodness, what another amazing thing that Jesus did in the world to heal people. There's another story where Jesus healed some people. There were some people that were out in the fields and lived away from their home because they carried a disease. And this disease meant that they could pass it on to other people, so it was quite dangerous. And so it was a disease of their skin. And Jesus was out one day with some of his special friends, and he could see these people out in the distance. And the people called and said, "Please, Master, come and heal our skin." And you know, the disciples wanted to run away the other way because they didn't want to catch that nasty skin disease. But Jesus, he knew that he had God's superpower in him. And he came to the men and he healed every single one of them so that all of their disease had gone. And you know, this meant that these people could go back and live with their families. And so off they ran. And they said, they ran away, and only one man came back and said thank you to Jesus. That was kind. He showed love to God and to Jesus then. So there are lots of stories about when Jesus healed people. There were other stories where there were people who were blind that couldn't see. There were people who were deaf that couldn't hear. And Jesus opened the eyes of people to see and opened the ears of people to hear. There was people who couldn't speak. That meant they were called dumb because they couldn't speak. And he opened their lips so that they could speak. Jesus was an amazing healer. With God's superpower, the Holy Spirit, Jesus did amazing things on the earth. And you know, we can ask God's superpower to come and do amazing things now. People who are poorly, we can ask the Holy Spirit to come and make them better. I wonder if you need the Holy Spirit to heal anybody that you know today.